Hey everyone, this is Elena from Mirac's Looms. Today I want to talk to you about warping and weaving on the Saffron pocket loom. Now, warping is super simple. All you do is tie onto a tine and then zigzag back and forth until you've gone across as far as you want to, and then you can tie onto another tine. We recommend tying with slip knots because those hold better. As with our other looms, you want to warp with even tension, but you do not need to warp with super tight tension because this loom has a tensioning device. So that's basically all it takes to warp this loom, which is really fun. To tighten the tension, all you would do is loosen this top wing nut and then tighten this bottom one, and that will tighten your tension. And to loosen the tension, you would do the opposite. So you would loosen this bottom one and tighten this top one. Very easy. Now, for weaving, there are a couple of different options. The one that I like to do the most, which is kind of a hybrid between two, is to make sure I have tied off both my warp threads on the top of the loom and then start my weaving at the very bottom. So this part at the bottom, when you take this off the loom, you won't have any warp ends to deal with. And then I'll weave up however far I want to weave, and I will finish the warp ends on the top. Another option is to make a completely 4 selvage piece and actually weave up as far as the height of your loom. When you do that, you will need to weave back in the 2 warp threads that you've tied onto the tines with. So I do recommend leaving a little bit of extra warp length at the ends, so you can do that easily. Once you've done that, either of those methods, you'd simply loosen the tension on the loom, slip the piece right off those tines, and then let it rest a little bit, and that's how you would remove it from the loom. Now, another option is to weave without any 4 selvage edges at all, so you could just start up a little bit higher and not weave all the way to the top. And again, removing a piece from the loom would be the same thing. You could either cut for that option, your warp threads, or, and I think this is easier, loosen your tension, remove the piece from the loom when the tension is loosened. So that is it. It is an incredibly simple loom to weave on, and it's really fun. I hope you guys all enjoy yours.